Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, it's e-bike cruising in Mill Creek Park with Pat Sims. And I prepare my new favorite, banana split dessert. But first, make your innovative idea reality with YBI's Shark Tank. The YBI Shark Tank is now in its 7th year. The Youngstown Business Incubator helps entrepreneurs develop their ideas, their business, and technology. And the YBI Shark Tank is the perfect event that brings local industry leaders together to judge business pitches to see if it's a viable venture. The deadline to enter this year is August 4th. So Chandler is the senior director for the YBI Engine. But once a year, she becomes very involved in the Shark Tanks and the applicants.
Yes.
And you help them with the final pitch, the 4 finalists.
I do, yes. YBI Shark Tank is not just the pitch for the contestants. It is YBI's largest fundraiser, and it is, quite frankly, dinner and a show. So my biggest advice would be tell your story. Be able to tell your story with passion from the moment you set foot on the stage. If you can capture the audience and the judges immediately, you're in a really good place.
So a few years back, you were the People's Choice winner.
Yes.
For Yogo Bike Share.
Yeah.
What gave you that idea? Because Youngstown, I mean, that is pretty innovative for our town.
So we went on a vacation to Washington, D.C., Capital Bike Share. So Capital Bike Share is the longest running bike share in the United States. And so we went there for a vacation, and I was like, you know what, let's, instead of walking around and see the different monuments, let's take a bike. And so me and my family, my daughter, wife, and son, and we went out on a trip, and we got on one of the bikes. At the time, it was just pedal bikes. And so we was like, you know, why can't we do this in Youngstown? And so I thought, you know, with the resurgence of the things that we were doing downtown, a lot of the different things that were being built and brought to the city, I said, you know what, this will be a pretty nice idea for us to be able to implement a bike share program in Youngstown.
So how would I get this and the cost and all that? How does this work?
It's all app-based. So you would download the Yogo Bike Share app first and foremost. The app will tell you where actual bikes and docking stations are located.
Okay.
And so with that app, you go up to a bike, you scan a QR code in the back of the bike, and it populates on your cell phone. And so you do all your payment, Apple Pay, Google Pay, everything through your cell phone. It undocks from the station, and then you can ride it to any destination that you want to ride it to.
And you just have to return it to one of the docks.
To one of the docking stations.
And these are just pedal bikes. You don't have...
No, these are e-bikes.
Oh, these are e-bikes?
These are electric bikes, yes. So it helps in terms of pedal assist and everything like that. So, you know, people with bad joints and bad knees shouldn't feel guilty with getting on a bike because you have the pedal assist, and it gives you that electric bolt and that jolt to be able to ride it and get to your destination faster. Yep, exactly.
Well, you know Brianna Kamara Prided from the Casey Malone Show, but now she's going to be a celebrity shark, the big judge.
Yes.
So what are you looking for? You went last year and you watched the whole process.
Yes. So last year I was kind of like the surprise guest. So I really didn't know what I was doing. I was like just there shaking, trying to like understand very quickly. But it was such an amazing experience. You know, just to see these new companies and how motivated they are in their presentations. I loved it. So I'm really excited to be back this year.
Who do you really remember that did a great job last year?
Well, first of all, it's not a small event. I mean, I was not prepared. There's like over 700 people. I mean, everywhere you look, there's people. So it's a lot of pressure on these guys, or everyone. I think what I liked most about the guy who won is he was really personal. We really came back with a lot of questions, and he just handled it, smiled at it, and was really, you know, just creative. No, I wouldn't say creative, but, you know, just really had a great concept of his company.
And I knew his product.
Yes, yes.
So as a judge this year, I mean, that's a lot of you have a lot of power.
Yeah.
You know, they each are going to get $2,500, the top
Yes.
4. And then there is 5, I think, goes to People's Choice. And then the big winner gets 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It could do
of
a lot.
money.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
What will you be looking for? Poise and knowledge?
Yes, some type of tie to Youngstown, I think is really cool. You know, we have such an amazing community, and you know, so somehow, some way, something here, you know, if it's not built here, just is here, or something, or employed here, something, you know, I think is also really important.
Well, Luke is the director of development here at YBI. And so Shark Tank really is one of your main revenue sources.
Shark Tank is our only fundraising event. We do have other events that showcase our companies and our programs and what our staff do, but those are break even. We hope to break even with those events. This is our only money-making event.
So in its 7th year, I mean, there must have been such a growth between year 1 and what is approaching.
Yeah.
And obviously it's successful. You're selling out.
It's important to be a mission-driven fundraising event for us. It's so easy to have an event that doesn't necessarily fit our mission, that's just fun. And we love those events. We love going to them as community members, but supporting small businesses and entrepreneurs is what we do. So if we can have a fundraising event that helps us spotlight the entrepreneurs, that's our bread and butter. So that makes us feel good, and it makes the community feel good for supporting it.
And every year it gets bigger and better. Well, I'm looking forward to it this year. So I hope we could get a lot of, entries, and people realize that they still have time to enter.
And that's the big push right now is getting we can't do this without the companies to pitch. We can't do it without the Sharks, but we take the lead on the Sharks, and we have all of them. Now it's time for the companies to come, and then after that, it's time for the audience to sign up and buy their tickets.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
This is Senior Solutions, brought to you by the Reese family, the owners of Briarfield Healthcare Centers. This new series will explain care programs available to your family. Right now, we're at Briarfield Place in Boardman. Now, this is just one of your skilled nursing facilities.
That's correct. The other 2 are located in Austintown, Briarfield at Ashley Circle and Briarfield Manor.
What exactly is skilled nursing? What does that offer?
Skilled nursing offers 24-hour nursing care, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, wound care, and IV therapy.
So it can be long-term or short-term.
That's correct. All 3 of our facilities provide short-term rehab services as well as long-term care for those residents who need to remain there.
Briarfield knows you have lots of questions, and they have the answers. With Senior Solutions, you'll have a clear understanding of Briarfield's care programs.
Hi, I'm John Stanko.
And I'm Robbie Fellman from Boardman Subaru.
Subaru has been rated the #1 brand in vehicle safety 6 years in a row.
And for 2026, the Subaru Forester, Outback, and Ascent have all earned the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Award.
All standard with EyeSight driver assist and symmetrical all-wheel drive.
Come test drive the Forester, Outback, or the 3-row Ascent today.
Award-winning safety and award-winning service.
Only at Boardman Subaru, just south of Route 224 on South Avenue.
It's patio season at Carmela's. Enjoy our family's traditional Italian favorites and creative daily specials. We're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday. Carmela's on Western Reserve Road in Boardman.
Welcome to Kamara Jewelers, a third-generation family-owned business run by my brother, Rob, and I. We share a passion for beautiful jewelry and strive to help everyone find the perfect piece. From life celebrations to everyday moments, we've been honored to be a part of your story. Our collection ranges from unique natural diamonds to affordable styles, offering something for everyone. Come visit us anytime at Kamara Jewelers, where every piece tells a story.
Get real, get Kamara.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Today I'm going to prepare for you one of my favorite desserts. This is old school Youngstown. Growing up, a lot of people use the Angels and Friends cookbook put out by Easter Seals, and this was called Banana Split Delight. Brought to you by Mrs. Andrew Jonda. And the other night, over at a friend's house, Kimmy Smotrilla brought this. And when I tasted it, it brought back so many memories. I thought, I have got to make this. I did make a few tweaks. I'm calling this just banana split dessert, but this is just a wonderful dessert. Really easy to make, just a few ingredients, and well worth the trouble. So let's go over the ingredient list, and we are gonna make banana split dessert. For this recipe, you'll need 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs, about 2 sleeves, 1/2 cup of melted unsalted butter, 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese softened, 16 ounces of Cool Whip thawed or similar whipped topping, 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla, 1 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple in juice drained, 4 bananas sliced into 1/4-inch coins, and chopped toasted walnuts for topping. All right, for this crust, I'm going to use graham cracker crumbs. In the food processor, I pulverized about 2 sleeves of graham crackers. Then we are just going to add the melted butter and mix this all the way up. And this will loosen it up and help it bind together. So when we put it in the pan, it will be ready to go. Now we need a 9x13 pan. I already sprayed it with some non-stick spray. So we'll get this mixed up and then we'll pat it down along the bottom. I've laid it evenly along the bottom. And what you want to do is just press it down, because you want it to hold up and be a decent crust. And it will set up. So just press it down with your hand, your fingers, whatever. Make sure it's evenly distributed. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is put this in the refrigerator to chill a little bit, and we'll get the rest of the ingredients going. So while the crust is chilling, we are going to use 8 ounces of the Cool Whip. So this is a 16-ounce container. I am just gonna go right down the middle and scoop out half, because we're gonna use the other half to top it. And we are just gonna mix this until it's pretty combined and mixed pretty good. And it doesn't take that long because, you know, I've already kind of softened the cream cheese. So this is going to be the creamy center before we add the bananas and pineapple. And now we're just gonna add the teaspoon of vanilla and 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And this will make it a little more fluffier and lighter, and oh, so delicious. So we will just do this for a minute or two to get this all combined. And it'll look like a fluffy cake frosting. So you see, it only needed about, what was that, 5 minutes or so to get this set a little bit. And of course it will set more, because we do have to refrigerate this. So now this is our first layer over the crust. So now we're just gonna spread this evenly over our crust. Now we've got our first layer down. And now all we're gonna do is just press down just a little bit lightly and line this whole surface with bananas. And this is about 4 bananas. So now we have a nice even layer of bananas. And now I've drained this pineapple. It's the ones in juice. I think the heavy syrup is just too heavy. And it really will weigh down and make it weepy And now the finishing touch. The other half of the Cool Whip now will go on top of the pineapple. And we will just spread this evenly over this whole top. Now remember, this is a no-bake recipe. And the only unfortunate thing is you have got to give it time. So what we'll do is cover this up, and it's gonna go into the refrigerator. It is gonna need a minimum of 4 hours, but preferably do it overnight. But of course I have one ready to go. So we'll take care of this one and we'll get the other one. Well, I should have mentioned, I don't add the chopped nuts until right before it's served. So, save them for that. Don't do it while they refrigerate. You don't want them to get rubbery. And as you can see, we did some taste testing.
Oh, last night.
Yes, because I made it the other day. So this, look at how beautiful though. Look at all the layers, and you can see the banana and the pineapple. It's just an excellent dessert. And I know, Jelaine, you really enjoy this.
Oh gosh.
I said
I got seconds last night. Oh, it's heavenly.
It's old school. Old school Youngstown, man. And it is really, really good. And as you see, it makes a lot.
And what's nice is, I thought it was whipped cream. And here's just Cool Whip.
That's right. Which is, made more skim milk based than, heavy cream. Well, actually, I could eat the whole pan. And I might.
I'll help you.
Okay. So you see how delicious it is. You see how good it looks. Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. Look for the banana split dessert. It is going to be one of your favorites. Light, delicious, and refreshing.
My favorite, Casey. Until you get another. This is delicious, everybody. Please try it.
All right, there you go. Jelaine's seal of approval. Thanks, Mommy.
When we're taking our break from pillaging and plundering, we're watching that Casey Malone, we are.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
At Window World, family is the heart of our business.
And we're committed to giving you the family treatment too.
From your free estimate to installation and long after, whether replacing windows, entry doors, or the siding you've dreamed of.
We promise to treat your home like it's our own.
It's what we've stood behind for all these years. And for years to come, we'll continue to say,
not only do we stand behind our windows, we stand on them.
GABA-Camp is open year-round for adults with disabilities and their families. GABA-Camp is compliant with the ADA for accessibility. A paved wheelchair path provides scenic and recreational opportunities for everyone. We still have much more to offer. GABA-Camp is a 501c3 for the betterment of people with intellectual, physical, and developmental disabilities from all walks of life. Donate now. Your help is needed. Giving is living. Living.
Hi, I'm Michael Senchak, and First Light Home Care is trusted by local, state, and national veteran organizations to arrange needed services for local vets. Most of these services come at no cost to the individual. Our goal is simple, to offer the services you need to stay in your home. This may include assistance with mobility, bathing, personal care, and meal preparation.
We are proud to serve our local veteran heroes. Thank you for your service and for trusting our family to take care of yours for over 10 years.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too, and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank. rock solid. We're at Mill Creek Park, Shoal Pavilion, Youngstown's west side, right off of Bears Den Road. And this is where I met Pat Sims, owner of Cruise the Creek. And he has these really cool e-bikes that he rents out by the hour.
Yeah.
And you can cruise the creek.
Correct.
That is such a good idea.
Thank you.
So how has this been received? Is it going well?
It's been going really great. This is our third season. It's just been kind of kicking off and gaining steam. We got the partnership with Mill Creek Park at our other location.
How did you come up with this?
Oh man, so I've lived here my entire life, but we always try to take family trips down to different places, and we went down to Sarasota, Florida. And while we were down there, I was just driving up and down the coast. I've already had that entrepreneurial spirit, and I just saw him sitting on the side of the beach, you know what I mean? I was like, man, this is really cool. You know, we have something like this going on, and I know how difficult it is for people to get around the entire park. And I was like, hey, you know, let's give it a shot. So what I did was I just ordered 2 bikes online, and you know, after our trip was done, we got off the airplane and they were sitting at our doorstep waiting. So I started with 2 bikes.
So your other location is down on Kirk Road at the, what it's called, the trailhead?
Yes.
For the bike path.
The bikeway. So it runs from, it starts at Kirk Road, and then you could either go south towards like the Metro Park Farms and things of that nature, or you can go north to the Niles Greenway, and then it ends over there in the Niles area.
Wow, all the way into Niles that goes?
From Canfield all the way to Niles.
How is this treated? Is this a bicycle, or is this given car status?
So this is treated as a bicycle, but it is like, you know, the way that it's set up, you always want to ride with traffic. So even if you're on the bikeway, like on the bike lane in the park, there's that one-way traffic where you can go one way and then the bike lane is on the other way. You still want to be on the side with traffic just so you're not interfering with the pedestrians.
What do you do when you see that somebody is really inept, maybe me, and really shouldn't be on an e-bike? Do you just say, this isn't for you?
This is, I do it all the time. I mean, I've approached people and they've come up to me and say, hey, I want to give it a shot. They've paid, they've done everything that they're supposed to do online. And then I give them a quick introduction around like in this parking lot, just to make sure that they're comfortable, because it's like almost an interviewing process. Like, I don't want you to get hurt. Like, I don't really care about the money per se. I care about your safety. And if I don't feel like you're equipped to do it, we'll just give you back your money and you can sit this one out unless you get that confidence or that practice.
Right. You help explain everything on the bike, how it works, and everybody gets a helmet.
Yes. Everybody gets a helmet with their booking. They can decline, obviously, but I say everybody looks good in a helmet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always do safety first, but some people are opposed to wearing them. We can't require it, but obviously it's always encouraged for everything that we do, because you just never know. Like, you never know about the accidents.
And then the insurance doesn't fall on you. No. You sign a waiver.
Yes.
And then you take your own personal responsibility.
Correct. Yeah. So once you know, it's almost like when you book, it's released into your care. You know what I mean? So like once you rent it out to us, we hand it over to you, and it's almost like it's your bike. So you go around, you treat it like it's your own, and all the liability goes on to you.
It's by the hour, so you could do one up to, what, 4 hours is the longest?
So yeah, our short-term rentals, we just started. We're doing 1 to 4 hours is a basic rental. I would say on average 2 hours is enough, unless you're just really trying to have a picnic in the park, or you know, you're going to be going in the Fort Nature Center or possibly the Rose Garden for long periods of time. You definitely want to just do about maybe 2 hours, because anything more than that, your butt's going to be hurting on the seat. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to have to take some breaks and whatnot. But
and even though you're a Youngstown resident your whole life, you have to have learned a lot more about this park. Because I think, you know, I grew up my whole life, I know the park so well.
Yeah.
You probably learned a lot of things that you didn't realize were right here in our park.
Absolutely. The park is just such a hidden gem. You know what I mean? Like, it's so amazing to have this right here in Youngstown. People from all over the country come to visit, because I've met a lot of them. They come in, they do their just different tours. We have guided tours where we have people that we hired. Cherry and Karen are 2 of them, and they'll go around.
Oh, really? And then
they'll take you around if you're not familiar with the area.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah. We like have Airbnb experiences and whatever else that you can do and book. So it's been becoming a really big thing.
You've really got
Yeah.
some different ideas.
Yeah.
And we are going to take a ride right now. And before though, I'm going to get a little explanation, and we are going to learn exactly how these e-bikes function.
These are all pedal assisted bicycles. So like we were talking about before,
Yeah.
these are all treated like bikes. You're supposed to pedal it like bikes. It doesn't have a combustion motor. That's why it's allowed on the bike trails and things of that nature.
So even though I don't put my feet up, I am still pedaling as it goes.
Yeah, so you'll put your feet up just like a bike. It has pedals like a bike and brakes
All
like a
right.
bike. As long as you treat it like a bicycle, you'll be able to go miles and miles, and it just assists you with the help.
What's the maximum speed on this thing?
So at this location, our maximum speed is 25 miles per hour.
It's pretty fast.
It is, yeah, and that's the max speed.
In the park.
Yeah,
That's
inside of the park.
Fast as you could go, right?
Yeah, over at the other location on the bikeway, they have a very specific speed limit of 15 miles per hour. So we reduced all of our bikes down to 15 miles per hour. You can't even go over it even if you wanted to. It goes into 5 increments. So level 1 is 5 miles per hour.
Okay.
Level 2 is 10 miles per hour. Level 3 is 15.
And
Level
then-
4 is 20.
Right.
And level 5 is the full 25 that it can go.
Well, I think we should go at about level 2.
Level 2. That is a very
Let's
good.
be baby.
Yeah, that's pretty
Well,
good.
you can zip ahead of me.
Yeah.
But I think I'd be comfortable with that.
Okay, absolutely.
I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, you want to give it a shot?
Cruise the creek?
I say we do it.
Okay, let's do that. For more information regarding any content from our show, please visit our website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. Your comments and ideas are appreciated. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.